Hello everyone, and welcome to Ratchet and Clank 2. Yes, I'd done like the first half an hour and all the other ones, so I figured why not. We'll do a thing of Ratchet and Clank 2, which I never actually clocked, I have to admit. It had a lot of the irritating features of 1, and then they added a few more, so I kinda wasn't into it so much. I don't know. Everyone else, well, all of my old Ratchet and Clank playing buddies back in the day said it was their favourite of the series, but my favourite was 3. So, I don't know. To each their own, maybe. Okay, so, what are we doing? Oh, right, cutscenes. Okay. Bogon Galaxy. I do know this is the game that introduced Angela Cross, which I really thought she would actually be more of a, impact on the series than she did. Oh, what an asshole. Okay, Mr. I'm just gonna skip that, guys. I hope you don't mind. Ooh, oh, it's the same spaceship as number 3, so I don't know, maybe I just haven't given this time, Ratchet and Clank 2, the time to grow on me. Where did I get to, actually, when I stopped playing this? It was only like 3 hours in, I must admit. Alright. Oh, okay, so we're doing a... Whoa, okay. Oh, they actually added the gun into the first-person camera. That's a nice improvement over 3. Over 2. Over 1. God damn it! English! Alright, triangle. Oh, we got gravity bomb. And the Lancer. Okay. Circle to fire your Lancer. Oh, yes, strafing. Okay, bolts. I do remember in Ratchet and Clank 1 I hated how few bolts you pick up. But it seems like this has fixed it. Well, from memory it seemed to have fixed it alright. Still not as much as 3 though, where you could get like millions of bolts. And you needed to afford all the decent weapons. Alright. Oh yeah, this has a weapon upgrade system. It's the first one that introduced weapon upgrading, isn't it? Always like that. I am the best secret agent. I just go in and just start killing everything. Smash your windows. I'm going to decompress your entire ship. Well, it's actually an atmosphere, so it wouldn't need to be decompressed, but I like to think I'm doing something to it. Oh, I don't have Clank on me, do I? I bet that was explained in the cutscene I skipped. Maybe Clank was just so much of a whiner that he refused to come. We shall see. Alright. What I do remember from the plot is that we're working for a private consumer corporation that may as well rename itself We Are Evil Limited. And we are hunting down someone who stole this company design prototypes. So oh, cutscene. Oh, that's the design prototype? It's like a... Oh, and you have a gun. I have a gun too. Shoot him. Shoot it. Oh, it's a her. That's Angela. Shoot her. Shoot. No. She's got one pistol drawn at us. We're just gonna hold off. And you're gonna jump down the gap. Ditzy girl. Fucking love those robots. Why can we just stop to then? Open fire. Open fire. Gun them down. Alright. Quick. We need to go in after her. Whee! Whoa. Excuse me, why do there happen to be random robots on the wing? That seems like a design issue. Just a little bit. I remember these guys. Thugs for less. Hired goons. This was made back in the time when hired goons was still a thing. I kinda miss hired goons. I mean, a couple of hired goons or day labourers with cricket bats come up to your house and ask you why you haven't paid your, protection money. Oh, those were the days. Wonder what happened to all those hired goons. Seriously, the modern media has completely run the hired goons market away. Where are those hired goons going to get jobs now? You're just going to end up being criminals on the street. This is the lack of forethought by today's entertainment and corporations that just really put me out on things like that. Real anti-small business. Poor hired goons. Reverse the camera controls, go to the option menu. Now, camera controls are tolerable. They're not as bad as 1. Still not as good as the later games, but I will not hold that against them. Alright, open the door. And grenade launcher. Why do you even bother? I'm a hero in a video game. It'd probably be easier if you just jumped off the spaceship yourself. Pew! Bye-bye! That was actually pretty comedic. I enjoyed that. Okay, let's go. Frank? Where'd you go, Frank? Oh well, he'll be inside. Okay.
Ratchet checking in, sir.
More exposition. I don't really want to listen to the cutscenes.
The thief escaped with the experiment.
And I'm not going to. I was going to keep them in for your sake, but if you really want to see the cutscenes, I would recommend just looking on YouTube for a full playthrough without commentary. And that should be fine. I've actually watched a few of those myself. I quite really enjoyed. There was one of Saints Row the Third, the Christmas, the Santa DLC, and I was playing it myself with me and a buddy, and we were just like completely talking over the entire game, so I didn't actually know what the hell was happening, so I just went online and looked for a playthrough with no audio, no, player audio, and it was really good. I actually understood what I was doing, which is cool. What else? I've actually done that for quite a few games. I did a Fallout New Vegas, watched the Fallout New Vegas playthrough with no, player audio, and that's actually slightly, I don't know, it made it really eerie, in my opinion. It was quite like the lack of someone talking over the game was quite interesting, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe more people should explore that. Like, I know I made that really cool, well, no one watched it except for me, but that really cool video in Star Wars Battlefront 2 that had no audio, and I really liked that. I got a couple people to watch it, and they said it was quite eerie, and the lack of, me speaking actually added more to it than if I'd actually bothered to talk. Maybe it was just them telling me that I have an awful voice and I should piss off. But I like to believe that it added something to it. Alright, die, bug. Ugh. Must admit, I remember this. Oh, it's been a nanotech system. I do remember this planet quite well. Yep, that's right. We got these. They look like a more dark gothic version of, what's the Pokemon? The one with the shell, the Pokemon that looks exactly like this. What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? It's something. You know the one, the dolphin not the dolphin Pokemon, the Pokemon with the shell on its back. Someone in the comments let me know, because I should know it. Okay, whoa. Eat. Out. Eat grenade. Grenade launcher. Danger close. Danger close. Okay. I must admit, I very much like this already over 1. I mean, they start you off with some decent weapons. Like, the bomb glove is alright in Ratchet and Clank 1, but it doesn't have nearly as enough weight as if they'd given you the blaster as well. The nanotech system, I must admit, is far better integrated instead of having to $30,000 to buy 30,000 bolts to buy a single extra health slot. In fact, they added things like the weapon leveling up, all that sort of business, I think really adds a bit to it. So I must admit, this is looking quite favourable. I don't actually understand why I never played more of this game. It wasn't so much a time thing, because at the time I started playing this I was unemployed. And I am actually unemployed now since my contract ended Friday, but we won't go into that one. So I'm wondering why it never quite stuck with me as the rest of them did. Oh, don't tell me I have to pay for that. That's a feature of Ratchet and Clank 1 I did not approve of. Go on. Yep. Oh, I hate that. Where you have to pay bolts or pay money for the convenient, you know, in-game plot thing. I really hated that in Ratchet and Clank 1, where you had to pay like $2,000 for info bots. You know, you had to pay like $3,000 to upgrade stupid Clank to have the hover pack and the thruster pack. I really hated that feature, and I was glad they got rid of it in 3. But it appears that they've kept it in 2, which maybe if they'd, you know, set it on fire, would have been a nicer alternative, but oh well. It is what it is. I know I have to find the new coordinates to a planet. Ooh, weapons. Chopper blitz gun. Ooh, shotgun. Nah. Well, I'll save up for the shotgun, because I always remember the blitz gun was actually quite good. No. Gravity bomb. Grenade launcher. 2 hostiles down. Nice. Though I must admit, the auto-targeting system locking onto a box over an enemy is slightly odd. I must admit. No. No. Yes. I don't know why I said yes. I was already back on dry land when I said yes. Okay. Up we go. Nope. Bad. Giant bugs. Oh, whoa, the scientist is getting munched. Oh. Oh god, that's a dark turn. Oh, I didn't expect that from a Ratchet and Clank game. We just watched a guy die. And Ratchet doesn't even seem to care. What a monster. He's just like, it was that guy's fault for dying. He wasn't so much of a moron, he wouldn't have died. I bet this is the guy that laughs at other people at funerals. Oh, I will save you. I will save you. What? Oh, bollocks. That seems really dark. Every person I try and save just ends up dying. And the game just sort of glosses over that fact. Yeah. Get off my thing. This lily pad ain't big enough for the 2 of us. Somebody poison the water hole. This thing's busted. Who you calling busted, Buster? Name the movie where the quote came from. And if you're really on the ball, name the scene. And if you're super on the ball, name what the next line is. If you do that, then you and me both have the same issue. And we should probably seek therapy and treatment. But oh well. Right, gravity bomb, gravity bomb. Oh yes. This is a bit wild going, but if you go back on my channel history and you look up Ratchet and Clank Retrospective, which is on there, where I did a retrospective video on the Ratchet and Clank series as a whole, I asked the question. Sorry, I was distracted by the thing telling me how to get the message telling me how to get rid of the messages. It seemed quite stupid. Anyway, I was asking where the Ratchet and Clank series went because they haven't released any games in a while. And I was wondering where Insomniac went, because I was like, oh, they always do Ratchet and Clank games. Where are the latest Ratchet and Clank games gone? And I got my answer. They're redoing Ratchet and Clank 1 for PS4, completely retconning the storyline, fucking everything out in a way, and completely ignoring the last, what is it, 10? No, it's more than 10 years. I'll say like 15 years of Ratchet and Clank canon and history by completely reinventing the game series. First question, not necessary. Second question, stop ruining my beloved game series. Third point, stop ruining it. Don't ruin it. And fourth point, didn't they already do that? Because this is the HD version of Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, and 3 that's on the PS3. And what I want to ask is, why are they doing it again? It just honestly seems like a cash grab to me. I mean, I'm all for bringing Ratchet and Clank to, a younger, newer audience, but do you know what you do with that? You do what they did when they wanted to bring Ratchet and Clank to a younger, newer audience of the PS3. All you do, simply, is you re-release Ratchet and Clank 1, 2, and 3, like they did, remaster it. If you want to get picky, fiddle around with the controls, fix some of the really irritating, unintuitive stuff of the original games, and re-release that. Oh wait, they did! And it exists already! So that really annoys me somehow. I don't know, it's just dumb. And the fact that they're retconning the canon. I mean, no canon is truly sacred. I mean, if a developer says, I never liked the fact that this happened in the original series, I mean, it's their intellectual property, they're welcome to change it, but not at the expense of shitting on the fan base. And that's what I kind of feel like they're doing with this. Ratchet and Clank does not need an HD re-release. Well, it does need an HD re-release, but okay. Ratchet and Clank, in simply terms, does not need an HD re-release for PS4. There is one for PS3, it already exists, you do not need to do it again. Guys, you do not. It's just, it seems like them just cash grabbing. It doesn't seem like they're doing it because they love the intellectual property and they want to remaster Ratchet and Clank for a newer audience. It just seems like they want money. And I know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to take away everything individual, unique, and beloved about Ratchet and Clank, and they're going to shit on it. Because that's what every modern re-release of classic games do, and people should stop doing it. We all know how awful the latest Thief game was when they tried to remaster that. We all know that, AAA reboots do not work. So why do you do this, Insomniac? I always put you as one of my most favorite video game developers. You and THQ before they went down. I always fought with the good guys of video game land. You created fun games that you wanted to create, not what AAA monsters told you to create. But no, I guess they're falling to the same disease as every other development company, and I feel sorry for them. So, it just makes me sad. I know they're just gonna end up peddling on it, and it's like when you see a friend that you know is going to do something stupid and ruin it, and ruin their life. You want to be supportive of them because they're your friend, but you also know that it's not going to end well. So this is my intervention, my warning, if you will, that I'm afraid I don't hold much faith for this new version. I mean, the story is fine. Don't change it. It doesn't need changing. And what I got from what I looked at the new version, they're making it so Ratchet always wanted to be a galactic ranger. And he, went out and, and all the stuff happened. And it's like, no. The idea of him being a lonely, wandering, builder on his planet, just doing whatever, was perfectly fine. Don't peddle on it by giving him, some destiny story, like he's the chosen one. The fact that he was just a wandering sort of, Yahoo really added a lot to the original. And I liked, though it may seem Ratchet like an asshole, I liked the fact he saw through it. Like, he went, why is this my problem? When Clank tells him he has to save the universe. Oh god, I hated this. I always hated this. Oh well, just under attack, shoot down. X, circle, square, L1, R1, L2, R2. Okay. Alright. Let's get into it. But, yeah, I just... Like, in the original Ratchet and Clank, he had flaws. He was like, why is this my problem? I don't want to... Why am I saving the universe? It's just... You know, I'm just me. What do I have to do about this? When he's confronting Captain Quark, he knows something is up. Yet, Clank convinces him to follow him anyway. When, you know, he ends up being betrayed and attacked by Quark, he wants to go after him for revenge. He doesn't care about this supposedly evil plot that's going on by Chairman Drek, because to him it's not his business. So I like that. It gave him a bit of complexity, a bit of depth as a character. It gave him motivations and struggles. But in this reboot, they're going to make him a perfect, you know, everyman sort of hero. And I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. More fighters? At all. I mean, really. You're going to take an... It's like with Garrett with the remastered Thief series. You take an original character who was a bit of fun, cynical, complex, you know, nice motivations, you know, simple sort of thing. He stole because he needed money and he was really good at what he did, not because it was some destiny and, you know, shrined to him by the Force or whatever. So, and what do they do in the reboot? They make him like Batman, you know. He steals because it's what he does instead of, you know, what he needs to do. And I'm worried that they're going to completely take the character of Ratchet and destroy him. And I'm worried also slightly that they'll take the character of Clank and they will destroy him too. They'll make him more the comedic, jokey sidekick or the over-the-top robot, you know, lacking human emotion character. And they're just going to peddle on it, and I don't want to see that. I don't, I'm afraid, guys. Let me know what your hopes and expectations are for the reboot in the comments below, because I'd like to know. Because I always want to hear the bright side of things. I know I've spent quite a while of this video peddling on it and saying how it's going to be awful. But I want to be proven wrong. I love the Ratchet and Clank series, and I'd like to see it back again. But all the things I've been hearing kind of make me less than excited. Also, as I stated in the retrospective video that you should all check out, because it goes into a lot more detail about what I'm sort of brushing on here, I question the necessity for a Ratchet and Clank movie as well, because that doesn't make sense to me. It's a video game. It's a video game character. Transplanting him into other mediums seems a bit dumb. I mean, video game movies never really work in my honest opinion, and I don't want the Ratchet and Clank series to be tarnished by a really bad movie when, to be honest, if the plot of the game is basically the same as the plot of the movie, why wouldn't you, logically, ladies and gentlemen, oh nice, why wouldn't you logically just watch a playthrough of the full game without any you know, YouTuber commentary, and that would be your game? A perfect, like, seriously, I've watched, there's so many videos for the Batman Arkham City or Arkham Asylum movie, where it's just someone playing the game flawlessly, you know, with no deaths, and no audio, and it actually plays like a movie, especially with the way they, you know, twiddle about the camera and stuff like that. It actually plays like a full-on movie. So why would you need a movie when the game itself is also a movie? Just a little thing to think about, I must say. Also, on the same note, I hear they're making a Sly Cooper movie, which is another one of my most favorite game series of all time, and Sly 2 actually goes on my top 5 superstar tag team list of best games ever. And I hear they're doing a movie of that as well, and that's going to be just as awful. It's really depressing, actually. Seems like it's just 2015 is the year for taking all the nostalgic things I like and then peddling all over them. I hear they're remastering Thunderbirds as well, which is something else nostalgic that I love, that I'm desperately worried they'll peddle all over. But oh well, you know, that's progress. You know, nothing that went out on the top is the best of its best, with a nice, clear, decent sort of gameplay and story that ended on a high note can survive without being dug up and rebooted. But I digress again. Alright, well, I think I have nothing really to say. Summary. Ratchet and Clank 2 is better than Ratchet and Clank 1. I'm actually slightly perplexed as to why I didn't play this game more. There are still some really annoying features, like the fact that you have to pay for plot continuation, that I don't like. Haha, take that. But, oh well, apart from that, I have nothing really else to say. Oh yes, Ratchet and Clank reboot game, unnecessary and stupid. The movies, video game movies for Ratchet and Clank and Sly are pointless and stupid. I'm dangerously worried that they're going to start ruining everything, as all AAA developers seem to want to do nowadays. So with that being said, I suppose I have nothing else to talk about. When you have nothing else to talk about, there's no point in continually making the video. There's no point continuing the video. There's no point for me to keep talking. If there's no point for me to keep talking, there's no point for me to keep recording, is there? If there's no point for me to keep recording, there's no point for me to keep playing the game. Working on this logic, I would have to say that I probably should end the video. Well, with that being said, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this retrospective, not a retrospective / rant video. If you actually want a decent retrospective video, go back and check on my channel history for the Ratchet and Clank retrospective from, I think it's like a month ago. It's on the list, you'll find it. And that's probably a much better retrospective video where I actually talk about gameplay and mechanics and things. So, with that being said, I guess I will see you all again another time.